So, hello everyone. A very good morning from my side. I am Dr. Shivani, MS Ophthalmology from UCMS Delhi. And this is the book Ophthalmology Notes, which can be very useful for the last moment revision for you all. So guys, today we are having a very small session where we will be covering entire ophthalmology quickly, keeping in mind the latest trend questions for the upcoming FMG exam. So guys, I hope that you are in best of your health and tackling COVID nicely and reading safely at your places. So guys, your exams are approaching, very short, small time is left for the exam. So we'll be covering quickly all the important things that is necessary for your upcoming exam. Now guys, this is not only an image-based session, but I'll be covering many tricky questions, some new pattern questions, some problem-based questions, including things on COVID and ophthalmology. So let's get started with the first question. And we'll be having many questions, some image-based things, complete revision of ophthalmology in this short span of time. So let's begin. Some more questions, some more revision things which can be there in your exams on cataract first of all. Okay, chalo padhte hain. So there's an old man. So history is important. There's an old man who has undergone a surgery. Which surgery? There has been a phacoemulsification surgery 2 years back. And now he is complaining to you of gradual decrease in vision since few months. Okay? That means he was apparently okay for maybe a year or so, but now he is having a gradual decrease in vision. Now there is no redness, no pain, but there is only a decrease in vision, only the blurred vision. So what do you think is the least likely cause? Guys, read the question well always. They are asking you what is the least likely cause. So what should be the answer? Anybody? What should be the answer? Now, I'm sure you have not read the question properly. Dr. Rajan, Dr. Sana, I'm asking you, beta, what is the least likely cause? Dr. Ranjit also, the least likely cause. See, what you are answering, the PCO, is the most common cause of such a presentation. Hai na? So a patient who has undergone a cataract surgery, if he comes to you with a gradual decrease in vision after a year or so, most common cause will be PCO. Okay, please remember, here I am asking you the least common. The least common kya hoga? Retinal detachment. Now guys, do you think this is a presentation of retinal detachment? Does retinal detachment present as a gradual decrease in vision? Not at all. First of all, understand that a retinal detachment definitely can occur after phacoemulsification, and this retinal detachment would be a RRD. What is RRD? Rhegmatogenous retinal detachment, है ना? तो कैटरेक्ट सर्जरी के बाद क्या हो सकता है? Anything can happen. ये जो चारों options हैं, all 4 things can happen. But the most common complication which presents like this will be PCO. Second common can be cystoid macular edema. This may also have the same kind of presentation, right? What about fibrous downgrowth? Again, guys, fibrous downgrowth is a late complication of which can also present like this, a gradual decrease in vision. But retinal detachment, especially the RRD, will never present like this. Okay. So what will be my next question? What will be the presentation of retinal detachment after cataract surgery? Can this happen? Yes, it can happen. So it will present to you as a sudden decrease in vision. Okay, patient may have a complaint of curtain-like picture over the eye, loss of vision, sudden painless loss of vision. Okay. So what is the crux here? You should remember what can be the complications of cataract surgery. What is the presentation? You may get a question. Okay. Now let us see one more question like this and try to answer this one. ये question पढ़ते हैं, देखिए. So here again we have an old man who had undergone a cataract surgery just 3 days back, 3 days prior. And now there is a history of increasing pain and decrease in vision. Now guys, this is the early complication, very early after the surgery. Now when you saw the patient under slit lamp, so slit lamp examination has been carried out and you saw a hypopia. तो आपको क्या diagnosis आता है? So this question has been repeated earlier. They have asked you a simple thing, what is the diagnosis? तो कौन बताएगा क्या diagnosis है? Tell me the diagnosis here, just listening to the history. Decreasing vision, increasing pain, initially just after the cataract surgery. What do you think? क्या है patient को बच्चे? Patient को endophthalmitis है ना? So this can be your first differential diagnosis. That is how endophthalmitis present. Now just keep this in mind. Endophthalmitis में क्या true नहीं है? So guys, for last 3 years, you've had questions on endophthalmitis. कहीं ना कहीं से घुमा फिरा के they are asking you. So what do you think is not true about this patient? Yes, very good. This is a patient of endophthalmitis. Very, very good, guys. Cornea should not be clear. If you have a severe inflammation, how can cornea be clear? Cornea will be hazy. Guys, kindly mute yourself. Yeah, there's a lot of voice, background noise, which is coming from somebody's end. Kindly mute yourself, friends. हाँ जी. So तो मैं बता रही हूँ कि endophthalmitis में if you have a severe inflammation, you don't expect that cornea should be clear. Okay? Now, इस बार वो आपसे simple question नहीं पूछेंगे कि history दे दिया और diagnosis बता दिया. No, this was long back. Now they can ask you something more about endophthalmitis. So you should know what are the organisms. Okay, early endophthalmitis, late endophthalmitis, what are the organisms, what is the presentation, how do you treat and how do you identify. So this is a picture question also, guys. The cornea seems to be hazy. There's a lot of anterior chamber reaction as well as lot of posterior segment vitritis also, isn't it? Endophthalmitis में ना सिर्फ anterior chamber में but posterior segment में भी तो inflammation है. So you will have a lot of vitritis also. Now, how do you diagnose this endophthalmitis? The diagnosis is definitely clinical. Diagnosis is definitely clinical, but you may also do a ultrasound B scan. आपको ultrasound B scan में क्या दिखाई देगा बच्चे? Ultrasound B scan में you will see a lot of vitreous inflammation. Vitreous cavity will not be clear. Okay, so that will be your main diagnostic criteria. Okay, so posterior segment will have a lot of vitritis, lot of inflammation, and you should. You can give steroid drops, but not intravitreal steroids for inflammation, isn't it? You can give, this is also a wrong option and this is also a wrong option. So you have two incorrect answers here. Now, what is the treatment of endophthalmitis? You should give intravitreal antibiotics. That was your last year question. है ना? कैसे treat करते हैं? So intravitreal antibiotics will be the treatment of choice. And if not treated, you can also do a pars plana vitrectomy. So this much at least you should remember about endophthalmitis. Okay. Now this is also a picture question. Everybody should be familiar with this. Now guys, I want to show you some pictures regarding PCO also, because they can ask you if this is the condition after the cataract surgery, how will you treat? हाँ जी, कैसे treat करते हैं PCO को? What is the treatment option? The treatment is that you will do a Nd:YAG laser posterior capsulotomy. So this is your capsulotomy opening. Okay. Which lasers are you using? We are using Nd:YAG laser. The wavelength is 1064 nanometers and the mechanism of action will be photo disruption. ठीक है? So इतना सब कुछ पता होना चाहिए complications of cataract surgery के बारे में. It's a very, very, very important topic for your upcoming exam. ठीक है? Chalo. Now let us read some more important, interesting problem-based question on cataract. Okay, let's read this question. There's a very old man. It's like a 75-year-old man, and he has come to you with a sudden painful red eye. An old man, sudden painful red eye with a severe headache on right side. Okay, painful red eye, headache on right side. Now, when you inquired, you got to know that there is a history of a gradual decrease in vision also since many days. Now his slit lamp picture, which is not given here, but it tells you that there's a total opacified lens, but there is a brownish material inferiorly. So what do you understand by this? A brown material inferiorly, and you also have a deep anterior chamber, which shows a lot of inflammation, hazy cornea. So what is your diagnosis here? First of all, can anybody tell me what is the diagnosis? This is a patient of cataract. Which type of cataract? That is what I want to know. Galaxy A5. That is what I want to know. What is the type of cataract? Brownish material किसमें नीचे आ जाता है? So guys, now I would show you the picture here. This is your cataract which I am talking about. The brownish material which I am talking about is your hard nucleus, isn't it? So this type of cataract is your HMSC Morganian. मैंने आपको पिक्चर नहीं दिया है, बट मैंने आपको एक बड़ा सा क्लिनिकल क्वेश्चन दे दिया है. ओके, सो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट अ कॉम्प्लिकेशन व्हिच अकर्स इन HMSC Morganian cataract. हाँ जी, क्या कॉम्प्लिकेशन हो जाता है? कौन बताएगा? नो, दिस 100-day cataract, ये तो कोई cataract नहीं है बच्चे. दिस इज, हाँ, yes, Dr. Moa is absolutely right. There can be a rupture. You may have caught it. Yes, the nucleus will sink down. Now you're coming to the point. We are now talking about the complication which is phacolytic glaucoma. यहाँ पे पेशेंट को phacolytic glaucoma हो गया है. Okay, because patient is now coming to you with a painful red blind eye, with a high pressure. So you have all the symptoms of a painful glaucoma here. ठीक है, अब क्या करेंगे? Okay, now what is the basic treatment? Guys, first of all, you should control the IOP. ठीक है, सबसे पहले हम IOP को control करेंगे, and then definitely the management is do a cataract surgery. ठीक है, so control the IOP, lower down the IOP, and then proceed with the cataract surgery. Never do a urgent cataract surgery. Never. First of all, you should control the IOP, you should control the inflammation. If you don't do that and you make an incision for cataract surgery, you will land up in complications. Okay, there can be a suprachoroidal hemorrhage, right? So the best thing is control the IOP first, control the inflammation, and then proceed for cataract surgery. If I ask you what is the definitive treatment should be cataract surgery. ठीक है, ये सबको समझ में आता है? Okay, so here I have not given you a picture, but you should understand what type of picture I am talking about. Okay, is that clear to all of you? Kuch questions pढ़ते हैं. Let us do something from conjunctival, guys. So this is a patient who has a subconjunctival hemorrhage. Now, if I ask you subconjunctival hemorrhage, what is the most common cause of this in an elderly? Anyone? What is the most common cause of this picture in elderly? So this has to be hypertension. Dr. Kumar, flax जो हम करते हैं वो generally normal cataract patients में करते हैं. Okay, flax is a very sophisticated type of cataract surgery we generally do not do in complicated cases. Okay, the one which we spoke about was a complicated case. So here our only motto is just do a cataract surgery. ठीक है बच्चे? Is that okay, Dr. Kumar? Your question. Flax. Chalo, so all of you are right. Hemorrhage, subconjunctival hemorrhage like this, most commonly you see in elderly when they are hypertensive. Okay, now what I am asking you is about what type of viruses can give rise to a hemorrhagic conjunctivitis or a picture like that. Okay, so you must remember that these are pace viruses. This is a very important separate question. And enterovirus here 70 has been given another name. You should know that enterovirus 70 is also called as the Apollo virus. ठीक है? Okay, ये please याद रखना है. किसी भी form में they can ask you this question. Pace viruses is an important question. Now, you all know that Herbert-Pitts are depressed follicles on upper limbus. Herbert-Pitt is an important question. They can ask you in the form of a picture or a clinical scenario. We all know that this is seen in cases of healed trachoma, not active trachoma. Please remember, active trachoma patients will never have a Herbert-Pitt. Okay? So Herbert-Pitt is a sign of a question from trachoma which can be asked to you is this. Hanji. So ये किसकी बात कर रहे हैं हम? What is this line, guys? What is the name of this line? The scarring in sulcus subtasalis. This is seen in trachoma, and this line is called as the Arts line. Okay? Very important, easy question. But yes, picture questions are there from trachoma as well. Okay? Now, I'm sure everybody is knowing everything about trachoma. You should know about the drug of choice. You should know the safe strategy. What time trachoma was eliminated from India? पता है ना trachoma there's no active case of trachoma in India. So you should remember those dates also. Okay, now similar to your Herbert pits are your Horner-Tranta spots, which will be seen from VKC. But Horner-Tranta spots are actually elevated lesions, है ना, and they are seen in a child. ठीक है, हर्बर्ट पिट किस में मिलेंगे? बूढ़े लोगों में मिलेंगे, हील्ड डिजीज का साइन है. ठीक है, सो डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज, लोकेशन में बी द सेम, but these lesions are very different when you see them. Clear? Now a very simple question, just by the look of the picture you can easily tell that these are, क्या है ये? The big lesions on the upper palpebral conjunctiva. What are these? These are definitely your cobblestone papillae, है ना? These are your cobblestone papillae. And what is the history? What is the typical presentation here I have made? So here there's a young boy who has come to you with itching. There's a lot of itching in the eye and there have been frequent episodes like that. Okay? Because VKC is a recurrent disorder. Every summers you get that. So this is the season where we are having a lot of VKC patients in the clinic. Okay? So some such kind of clinical question can also be there. And what is the diagnosis? The main diagnosis is vernal keratoconjunctivitis. Good. So everybody is knowing that. तो कौन मुझे बताएगा what is the treatment of choice here? हाँ जी, what is the treatment of choice here? How do you treat that? Anyone? Because some students get confused here. See, Dr. Kuldeep, antihistaminics is not the treatment of choice. What Dr. Galaxy A51 is telling, olopatadine or a combination drug which is mast cell stabilizer plus antihistaminic is the drug of choice. So olopatadine is the drug of the choice. But if I ask you a twisted question, मैंने question देखो क्या पूछा? If I ask you what is the drug of choice, you will definitely say it is olopatadine. But when I ask you what will be the immediate drug would you give to control his initial symptoms, the answer will change to steroids. समझ आया बच्चे? Okay, so there are two different questions. Drug of choice will be olopatadine to control the inflammation, to control the itching for a long-term purpose. But when I ask you what is the drug of choice for immediate control of his symptoms, then it should be steroids. Okay? Is this clear to everyone? So don't get confused and don't say antihistaminics. Antihistaminics देते हैं, but ना तो ये drug of choice है और ना ये initial phase को control करता है. ठीक है? चलो आ जाते हैं next picture question पे. Everybody knows guys that this is a picture of pterygium. So everything you should know about pterygium, that this is a wing-shaped fold of conjunctiva encroaching on the cornea because of UVB radiations and P53 mutation. And you also have classically limbal stem cell deficiency in those areas where you have pterygium. Okay? Now, can anybody answer this question? What is false about the question? What is the false about pterygium? Anybody? Anybody? All of you are correct. Wonderful, wonderful. So definitely guys, against the rule, astigmatism is not seen. What do you see here is the with the rule type of astigmatism. Okay? Stocker's line is what? You have iron deposition line at the head of the pterygium. And mainly Stocker's line are seen in chronic stationary cases. Please remember, it is not seen in active pterygium where pterygium is still progressing. No. Once it has become stationary, then you will see the Stocker's line. Okay? We all know that pterygiums are most commonly nasal in position. ठीक है, ये भी हम सबको पता है. अब क्या होता है बच्चे, when you have something on the horizontal, meridian encroaching towards the cornea, there will be a flattening of the cornea at that particular axis. ठीक है, तो क्या होगा जब ये pterygium यहाँ पे cornea पे चढ़ रहा है, तो क्या होता है बच्चे, ये जो area है, this particular axis will become more flat. Okay. And what do you have in with the rule astigmatism? In with the rule, your vertical is more steep than horizontal, or you can say that horizontal is more flatter. है ना? ये तो हमने definition पढ़ी है astigmatism में, that horizontal meridian is flatter. So what would happen? This will be an exaggeration of the with the rule astigmatism itself. ठीक है. So pterygium में आपको initially with the rule मिलता है, but later on you can also have irregular astigmatism as well, but never against the rule. Please remember. Okay. Now what about this perfect surgery? ये perfect surgery क्या होती है? In perfect surgery, guys, you do a extended pterygium excision and you do a extended conjunctival transposition. ठीक है. आप जब टेरिजम को काटते हो तो बड़ा सा पूरा एंड तक काटो, फॉर्निक्स तक काटो, और जब आप उसको ऑटोग्राफ लगा रहे हो तो ऑटोग्राफ भी अच्छे से बड़ा एक्सटेंडेड ऑटोग्राफ लगाना है. सो दिस इज योर मेन परफेक्ट सर्जरी व्हिच इज नाउअडेज बीइंग डन फॉर टेरिजम. ओके, this will be decreasing the recurrence. That is the only thing here. Okay, now guys, you should also remember a picture question here. This is how a pinguicula looks like. देख रहे हो आप yellow yellow? So this is again near the limbus. This is near the limbus, a kind of elevation which is yellowish, a little fatty. So pinguicula is, somebody says that these are precursors of pterygium, है ना. कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि ये precursors of pterygium होते हैं. Please remember, this is not a phyllectenular conjunctivitis. Okay, though both of them are differential diagnosis of each other, है ना. पिंगिंक्यूलर फाइलेक्टेन की तरह लग रहा है ना, लग रहा है ना. ठीक है, चलो, गुड. So please remember these two things. Don't get confused from pinguicula with pterygium. These two are different things. Okay. Guys, now this is another picture question. You should know that bite or spot, the frothy appearance is because of, ये frothy क्यों दिखता है? Why this occurs toothpaste like frothy? हाँ जी, anybody? Why this is toothpaste like frothy? It is because of the fermentation by Corynebacterium xerosis, which is actually a commensal within the eye of every individual. ठीक है. तो जब विटामिन ए डेफिशिएंसी होने लगती है, केराटिनाइजेशन होने लगता है, स्क्वामस मेटाप्लीजिया होने लगता है, सो देयर इज a ferment produced by Corynebacterium xerosis which gives it this a frothy appearance. All right guys, so please remember that bite or spot कौन सी स्टेज में आता है, ये भी पूछ सकते हैं. So bite or spot occurs in X1b, right? This is not the first sign, but this is actually one of the very specific signs of vitamin A deficiency. ठीक है, white or spot क्या है? It is a sign of vitamin A deficiency, which is one of the very specific signs. All right. Friends, so guys, this is though a recurrent meeting, but still if you get disconnected, please rejoin again with the same ID password. Okay? ठीक है बच्चों? All right, chalo. So I hope you are learning something. Hanji, you learning something? Chalo, let's do the remaining part, the quick revision. आगे चलते हैं, ठीक है? This is something from conjunctiva. Now guys, you can be asked questions about the layers of the cornea, which is a very important topic. और आपको ये future question भी दे रहे हैं और ऐसे mark करके पूछेंगे which is this layer. ठीक है? They can ask you and put a point here, point an arrow here, which is this layer. So you should be able to tell the topmost layer, multi-layer will be epithelium. The innermost single layer of hexagonal shaped cells will be endothelium. इसमें कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है ना, ऊपर नीचे में कंफ्यूज नहीं होना है. Epithelium layered and endothelium will be a single hexagonal shaped layer. ठीक. Now, which layer is the most vital layer metabolically? बताओ, which layer is metabolically the most vital layer? No, Dr. Galaxy, no, गलत बोल दिया बच्चे. Endothelium. No, Dr. Rajat, it is endothelium. So, yes, endothelium. Endothelium is metabolically the most active layer because of the sodium potassium ATPase pump. It keeps the cornea in a relatively dehydrated position. Okay? अगर ये पंप खराब हो जाए या एंडोथेलियम गड़बड़ हो जाए due to any reason, so what will happen? what will happen? The part will be non-functional, it will not be functioning well, and there will be edema in the cornea. And when the cornea gets edematus, the transparency is lost. So the most important metabolically active layer will be endothelium. You will have more questions about the layers of the cornea. Guys, important topic. Please read it well if you are confused. Okay? Some questions on KF ring are also expected. Okay? So पहले तो आपको पता होनी चाहिए how to identify. So this is your brownish color ring which is mainly in the periphery of the cornea. कौन सी layer में होती है? This is definitely a copper deposition in Descemet's membrane. You see Parkinson's disease and in case of chalcosis as well. But this is not an irreversible ring, guys. This ring is a reversible ring. Once you treat your pathology, your ring will go back. Okay? Now, how to see this ring? This ring is not seen with ophthalmoscope actually. This is seen with what? This is seen with slit lamp examination. You can also see this on gonioscope and also see this with naked eye when this ring is sufficiently large enough. Okay? So both C and D are wrong. You see this with slit lamp, not with ophthalmoscope. All right, guys, please remember. So KF ring is an important picture. Now, guys, so many questions have been there on dendritic ulcer. पहले तो आपको ये picture पहचाननी है. Everybody knows that this is a dendritic ulcer. So can you tell me the answer here? Is this a dendritic ulcer with unknown dash? Very, very good, guys. So this is definitely a dendritic ulcer when you stain with fluorescein. ठीक है? अब फ्लोरेसीन डाई के बारे में सबको पता होना चाहिए. Fluorescein dye is actually a ये डाई ऑरेंज कलर का होता है, बट जब आप कॉर्निया को स्टेन करते हो तो जहां जहां एपिथेलियल डिफेक्ट है इट गिव्स अ ग्रीन कलर. सो गाइस, wherever you see this green color, those are actually ulcerated lesions. ठीक है? सपोज करो कि आपका अल्सर ऐसा है. If this is your ulcer, so what will happen to this ulcer when you stain with fluorescein dye? This will be stained in green color. ठीक है? जहां जहां डिफेक्ट है, जहां जहां अल्सर है, वहां पे ग्रीन कलर आ जाएगा. प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस. Okay, this is an important question. Now something herpes virus. Can you identify which condition is this, friends? Can you diagnose this with a picture? किस चीज की बात कर रहे हैं? Okay, rose bengal dye. See, rose bengal dye ये क्यों नहीं है बच्चे? This can be dendritic ulcer definitely, but the dye which I have showed you here is a fluorescein dye. Rose bengal dye ऐसा करता है बच्चे, अल्सर के मार्जिन्स को स्टेन करता है सिर्फ, और वो भी पिंक कलर से. The difference, if you have a pink on the cornea, then think about rose bengal dye. Is that clear? Why this is not a rose bengal dye? Okay. Very good, Dr. Poole. You are absolutely right. This is a picture of herpes zoster ophthalmicus. So now you have knows that this is herpes zoster ophthalmicus, and this is the old lady who may have been immunocompromised, has uncontrolled diabetes, hypertension, and this typical rash on one side of the face. And now we know that there is a rule which is being followed. The Hutchinson's rule को follow कर रही है ना, because vesicles are there on the tip of the nose and your ocular involvement is also there. So we know that it is not caused by herpes simplex because it is caused by herpes zoster. And frontal nerve is not involved here. You have total involvement of the nasociliary nerve, right? Nasociliary nerve ही होती है ना, तभी तो Hutchinson's rule follow होता है. And we must give oral acyclovir for the treatment. Okay? What about the rash? I'm not sure whether the rash will disappear on 2 days or maybe it may take 5 or 7 days as well. Okay? So treatment of choice will be a oral acyclovir drug. Okay, so I was mentioning about fluorescein staining. This green color is because of fluorescein and epithelial defects, right? Now another picture question, guys. Please remember, lack of thalamus is inability to close the eye. It is because of palsy of seventh nerve. Okay, so whenever you have seventh nerve palsy, you may develop lack of thalamus, and because of that, you may develop the exposure keratitis, which is same as neuroparalytic ulcer. Okay, guys. So you may have questions on this condition as well. Please do not confuse between lack of thalamus and ptosis. Okay, inability to close. Now, I believe that there will be a question from keratoconus as well. Maybe a picture question, maybe a problem-based question, or maybe both the things together. Okay? So Munson sign can be there again. पहले भी आ चुका है. What is Munson sign, guys? Because of the protruding cornea in keratoconus, there will be a notching of the lower lid when the patient looks down. ठीक है? So ये Munson sign बहुत बार पूछ चुके हैं. So there can be similar question on keratoconus. Can anybody answer? When you have Munson sign, you know that patient has keratoconus. So you have a patient who has repeated change in prescription. That's how the patient presents to you. There is not only a conical cornea, but also thinning of cornea. So both the statements are correct. When you check on keratometer, there will be distortion of the corneal reflection center, but definitely this is not the age group. You see this in young people. Young females more commonly affected than young males. ठीक है? So middle age में तो आके keratoconus होता ही नहीं है. All of you are absolutely correct. Very, very impressive. So keratoconus must know all the signs. सारे signs पता होने चाहिए. What is the best treatment also you should know. What are the different treatment options you also must. ठीक है? तो कौन मुझे बता देगा what is the best treatment option? Anji, what is the best treatment for keratoconus? Anyone? Yes. Yes. No, Dr. Avinash, keratoplasty ko blast. Nahi, Dr. Pool, no glasses. See, Dr. Pool, glasses to bahut hi temporary hai. You just keep on changing the glass, but this is not the, the best treatment. You should halt the progression. हमें क्या करना है, हमें कॉर्निया में जो केराटोकोनस हो रहा है, बार बार वो थिन होके एक टेजिया हो रहा है, तो उसको हमें रोकना है. सो C3R इज बेसिकली टू हॉल्ट द प्रोग्रेशन. ठीक है, आपने एक बार प्रोग्रेशन को रोक दिया, अब आप और क्या क्या कर सकते हो साथ में. ठीक है, और क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. You can give Intacs as the corneal rings. You can also give contact lenses simultaneously. And if the keratoconus is mild, you can give glasses also. But C3R should be done. ठीक है बेटा, rigid glasses नहीं, rigid contact lens probably you want to say, है ना Dr. Galaxy? Okay, so rigid contact lenses can be given, but you must do a C3R also. ठीक है? Very good. चलिए. So let us now read something about glaucoma. What can be the picture questions here? And I think there may be a question on angle closure glaucoma this year. ठीक है? अभी ये क्या दिखा रहा है आपको? What is the diagnosis here? If they gave you this picture, you see that there's a lot of cupping here, isn't it? This is your normal cup to disc ratio, 0.3 or maybe 0.4:1. Isn't it, guys? This is your 0.3 or 0.4:1, the normal cup to disc ratio, and here your cup is enlarged. Maybe the CD ratio is almost 0.8:1. So guys, please remember, up to 0.6:1 is considered the normal cup to disc ratio. ठीक है? 0.6:1 तक हम normal मान सकते हैं. But more than that can be pathological, and 0.8:1 is definitely suggestive of a primary open angle glaucoma most commonly. ठीक है? It may be there in normal tension glaucoma also, maybe there in other type of glaucomas, but most likely it will be a case of a primary open angle glaucoma. ठीक है? Now guys, this is somewhat a controversial thing, how to manage a patient of angle closure glaucoma. Now please understand, once a patient of angle closure glaucoma attack as in a patient like this. Please read the question. A patient who is in angle closure glaucoma attack, है ना, जिसको angle closure glaucoma का attack आया है, who has come to you with pain, redness and a headache. So what should be the first drug given? The first drug given should always be mannitol, acetazolamide and glycerol, है ना? So the first drug to be given to control the pressure should be mannitol and glycerol. ठीक है? I won't say this is the drug of choice. Why not? First, you control the IOP, but the drug of choice remains pilocarpine. Why? Because pilocarpine is the one which breaks the attack because it induces meiosis. Okay? Look at the way the question is being asked. ठीक है, जब आपको क्वेश्चन का पूछने का मतलब समझ में आएगा तभी आप आंसर कर पाओगे. Don't just ratify the things here. Okay? Cramming is not important. It's not worth. ठीक है? So please remember, the first drug given to control the symptoms, or if the patient is having an angle closure glaucoma and they are asking you what is the best drug to control the symptoms. Understood the language? The best drug to control the symptoms or to relieve the pain, then you should say again mannitol. Okay? See the language of the question and then you have to answer. Now, if they ask you what is the definitive treatment of choice for angle closure glaucoma, then again the answer changes. The definitive treatment is a laser iridotomy, which is also a picture question. Okay? I think everybody can see that this is the opening which we have created in the mid-peripheral part of the iris. There is a mid-peripheral iris opening and we have facilitated the drainage of aqueous through a new pathway. है ना? हम कहते हैं यहाँ अटैक आ रहा है तो आ जाए. We have created a new channel from where the aqueous will go and there will be a drainage. Okay, so these can be picture questions and I'm sure everybody can answer. Which type of lasers are we using in laser iridotomy? Hanji, which lasers? Yes, so Nd:YAG would be the laser. Very, very good. Very good. Okay, Dr. Kuldeep, and I'm sure everybody, सबको पता है इसमें Nd:YAG laser हमें use करना है. Okay, so a picture question, you should know what is the management of angle closure glaucoma. Now, a young child, okay, there's a 2-month-old child who's coming to you with watering and this is the picture associated. What is your diagnosis? Hanji, what is your diagnosis here? Spot diagnosis. Anyone? Very good. So I am talking here about a congenital glaucoma, a ophthalmic eye. Okay? Now please understand guys, a patient who has developed glaucoma at 10 years of age. Okay? Question को ध्यान से समझिए. अगर एक बच्चा है जिसे 10 साल की एज में ग्लाकोमा हुआ है, would you call it congenital glaucoma? Tell me. Would you call it congenital glaucoma? Yes, I will call it congenital glaucoma, but this will be a juvenile type. Now, my next question, would you call this patient to have a ophthalmic eye? No. No. Ophthalmos will not occur. Okay? Enlargement of globe will not occur at 10 years of age. Okay? So please remember this congenital glaucoma, a true congenital glaucoma, or the infantile type of glaucoma only will lead to enlargement of the globe. Okay? Have you understood this tricky part? The juvenile glaucoma, one which is occurring at 10 years of age, will not lead to ophthalmos. Okay? So what are the findings where we see? We see congenital, the high IOP. You have a hazy cornea, you have a large cornea, globe is also enlarged, you have a large flat lens which may get subluxated, you will have half striae, there may be a cupping also. Okay, so these are the things which you will find in case of ophthalmos, right? Barker membrane hota hai, theek hai. You also call it bullseye. Very, very good. ठीक है, चलो. Now guys, apart from that, I want you to learn all the things about anti-glaucoma drugs as well, because this is a important topic, है ना. Quick हम questions पढ़ लेते हैं. So what is the drug which causes heterochromia? We all know heterochromia is different color of the iris, which is special about PG analogs like latanoprost. ठीक है. What about the safe drug which can be given in pregnancy? Anyone? The safe drug which can be given in pregnancy, it will be brimonidine, right? Brimonidine can be given. And what about the drug which causes a drowsiness? Again, brimonidine. Again, okay? So please remember the mechanism of actions and side effects and any special notion. Very, very, very important. And anyone for this question? So here in this question, I am asking you for a patient who is a known diabetic and he is having glaucoma, है ना. एक पेशेंट है जिसको डायबिटीज है, उसको ग्लोकोमा है और अब उसको सिस्टोइड मैक्युलर एडीमा भी हो गया है. So which drug would you avoid in him? Which you would avoid in him? So Dr. Nirupam is the only one who's right, who's even not right. So here I would not like to give him PG analogs. Yes or no? क्या हो गया बच्चों सबको? कंफ्यूज हो गए हो इसमें? Are you confused in this question? Confused? चलो मैं बताती हूँ. So guys, you know that PG analogs like latanoprost has a side effect of cystoid macular edema because they cause a lot of inflammation in eye. Isn't that? They cause a lot of inflammation in eye. So I would not like to add upon this inflammation, है ना? So I would avoid, though this is the best drug for glaucoma, but I would be avoiding this drug because this is also causing a cystoid macular edema. Is it clear to everyone? Hanji, tell me yes or no. Is this clear? ठीक है? चलो, good. So always remember all the side effects of beta blockers, contraindications of beta blockers, side effects of brimonidine, PG analogs is a very important set of questions. Okay? All right, guys, now we'll start something from retina. So this is a simple picture. You should know where is your disc, where is your macula, where is your fovea. What is special about fovea? What is the size? All the anatomy related to this picture. ये बहुत important है, ठीक है? Frequently asked question about the fovea, that this is situated 2 disc diameter from the center of the disc. Please remember, can be there in pictures also. Picture question भी पूछ सकते हैं आपसे, ठीक है? अच्छा, आप कौन मुझे बताएगा, आर्टरी पतली होती है या वेन पतला होता है? Which is thinner? The arteries, retinal arteries are thinner or the veins are thinner? Yes. So brimonidine, guys, Dr. Shilpa, brimonidine is an alpha agonist. They can cross the blood-brain barrier. So they can cause drowsiness, especially in children. ठीक है? बड़े लोगों में इतना नहीं देखा जाता, but it can cause drowsiness, especially in children. Wait, Dr. Nirupam, veins are thinner. No. So what is the normal AV ratio? Chalo batao. What is the normal AV ratio, friends? Normal AV ratio is 2/3. So which is thinner? Arteries are always thinner. Okay? The caliber of artery is thinner as compared to vein. Everybody of you is wrong here. Okay? The normal AV ratio, ye bhi pata hona chahiye. What is the normal AV ratio? Normal ratio is 2:3. That means arteries are slightly thinner as compared to veins. All right. Some quick questions on retina. You should identify this picture. You should know that this is a horseshoe shaped tear. Okay? Horseshoe shaped tear एक picture question हो सकता है, पूछ सकते हैं कौन सी इसमें मिलता है detachment से. So you should be able to tell it is seen in RRD. And what is also a special sign in RRD? You may see Schaffer sign, but on slit lamp examination. Okay, please remember. Now, what is this picture? What do you call this? This is called as hyperoleon. Hyperoleon is also called as Inverse hypopyon. Why do you call this inverse? Because generally the hypopyon is settled down. Hypopyon is nothing but some exudation in your interior chamber because of corneal ulcers, because of uveitis, because of endophthalmitis. But here, inverse hypopyon is not a true hypopyon. This is actually the silicone oil which has come up in the interior chamber, and because of its specific gravity, it has rose up. ठीक है, ये सबको पता है ना? This is silicone oil, or also called as inverse hypopyon. Everybody, I'm sure you are knowing that. क्या करेंगे इस पेशेंट में? अगर किसी पेशेंट में सिलिकॉन ऑयल आ गया है तो क्या करोगे? What will you do? You'll let it be there or you'll remove it? You'll remove it. ठीक है, you'll remove it. You cannot have silicone oil in the interior chamber for a long time. It will be destroying the cornea, and it will also cause a lot of high pressure. आप देख रहे हो ये सारे एंगल्स को ब्लॉक कर देगा, यहाँ पे है ना. So it is hampering the drainage of aqueous, so it may cause a lot of high IOP, right? Now the next condition is diabetic retinopathy, which you all should be able to identify. ये कौन सी स्टेज है डायबिटिक रेटिनोपैथी की, कोई मुझे बताए? इज इट अ नॉन प्रोलिफरेटिव स्टेज और अ प्रोलिफरेटिव स्टेज? हाँ जी गाइस, टेल मी. A non-proliferative or a proliferative? So this is definitely a non-proliferative stage. Why non-proliferative? Because you don't have new vessels here. What do you have here? You have a flame-shaped hemorrhage here. This is your flame shape. This is your dot and blot hemorrhage. And this is your big one, which is your soft exudate. ठीक है? कर पा रहे हो revise? This is how your soft exudate looks like. So because you don't have any new vessel, that's why it's a non-proliferative diabetic retinopathy. Here you have front of new vessels. So this is definitely a proliferative diabetic retinopathy. And what is the treatment of PDR? Anyone? How do you treat this PDR, guys? कैसे ठीक करते हो PDR? Laser? Okay, Dr. Galaxy, very good. Somebody told me about CME. बच्चे CME नहीं है यहाँ पे. Cystoid macular edema नहीं है बच्चे यहाँ पे, देख रहे हो आप? And please remember, cystoid macular edema is an independent. It can be there in NPDR. It can be there in PDR itself. ठीक है? CME की स्टोरी अपनी अलग चलती है बच्चे. It's not related to any stage. Please remember, it's not a criteria. Okay, chalo. So I want to discuss this picture. So we were on the treatment of PDR, and the treatment of PDR is PRP, a pan-retinal photocoagulation. Okay, unless until the PDR has bled, resulting in vitreous hemorrhage, or it has caused a traction. Suppose आपने new vessels देख ली हैं, but अभी तक complication नहीं हुई, अभी तक vitreous hemorrhage या TRD नहीं हुआ, तब आप pan retinal photocoagulation कर दो. But suppose अगर vitreous hemorrhage हुआ है या tractional retinal detachment हुआ है, then there is no role of PRP. Have you understood the concept? Okay, then you will be treating TRD separately. You will be treating vitreous hemorrhage differently, right? Till this stage, you don't have complications. You do a PRP. That how it is done. Macula is never lasered, and disc is not even lasered. So these are the two areas where we never put some laser marks. Okay, a picture question, please identify. Now, ये तो आपकी last year exam में आया ही था. You must know this is a thunderstorm appearance, a slash tomato appearance, which is seen in CRVO. ठीक है? The patient presents with sudden painless loss of vision. You have dilated tortuous vessels. आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे? So you have got a lot of dilated tortuous vessels. There are a lot of flame-shaped hemorrhages all around. Okay, so this picture can come to you this time. आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे सिर्फ hemorrhages जो हैं कहाँ है? This is a branch retinal venous occlusion which is in the supratemporal quadrant. Yes or no? So this is a supratemporal branch retinal venous occlusion. Okay, you have hemorrhages only located in the supratemporal part. So the patient will not have a sudden painless loss of vision. He may have a field defect. है ना? तो फील्ड इफेक्ट कहाँ की तरफ होएगा? If the hemorrhages are in supratemporal quadrant, where will be the field effect? Anyone? Field effect कहाँ की तरफ होएगा? Pie in sky. Yes, Dr. Nirupam, you are right. बेटे pie in sky क्यों बोल रहे हो? Pie in sky we say in cases of neurological defects where we have problem in both the sides. ठीक है ना? Dr. Mua, pie in the sky, that will be a neurological defect. Okay? है ना? Here we are talking about unilateral one-sided retinal venous occlusion problem. Okay? So where you have the pathology, opposite will be the field effect. So supro का infro बन जाएगा, temporo का nasal बन जाएगा. पेशेंट क्या बोलेगा? डॉक्टर मुझे यहाँ infronasal part में कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है. ठीक है? There's a field defect, there's a curtain-like defect in infronasal part of the field. Is it clear to everyone? This is an important question. Where will be the field effect? Chalo, let us read this question, something different. So there is an old man who is coming to you with a decrease in vision since morning. He is a known diabetic, he is a known hypertensive. When he came to OPD, you have made a diagnosis of CRVO. So what do you see in CRVO except? Do you see whitening of retina, guys? No. This is the correct answer. So white retina will actually be seen in cases of CRAO, central retinal arterial occlusion, where the retina has become white because of ischemia of ganglion cell layer. Okay? There is a ischemia of ganglion cell layer. That's why retina has turned white. And what characteristic thing you see here is the cherry red spot. Okay, friends? Very good. All of you are absolutely right. CRAO and cherry red spot. You should be able to identify this picture. ठीक है? एक और important question इसी topic में से है. What kind of plaque is this? Anyone? Do you see this plaque here? What type of plaque is there? Is this? Anyone? No, bache. This is not cattle tracking. No. This is your Hollenhorst plaque. I'm telling you plaque. Though definitely cattle track sign is also seen in CRAO, but there I'm talking about a plaque. Embolus की वजह से होता है ना बेटे CRAO, which is right there at the branching of the vessel. This is your Hollenhorst plaque. Okay, please remember this can be an expected question. Hanji. So somebody who was talking about cystoid macular edema, but cystoid macular edema looks like this. You have a lot of cystoid macular edema in the form of hard exudates in the macula. Which layer in the macula? The Henle's layer in the macula. ठीक है? और ये क्या दिख रहा है आपको? You call this a flower petal appearance, but which will be seen only in FFA. ठीक है? Don't get confused in these two pictures. Honeycomb will be in the retina. FFA, when you do, it appears as if this is a flower petal or a petaloid appearance. Okay? Hanji. The next picture question will be from CSR. You will have a mushroom appearance. Mushroom appearance of a hyperfluorescence, which is also called as an umbrella pattern. So you should know all the symptoms, all the conditions which may lead to CSR. ठीक है? कौन सी लेयर में प्रॉब्लम होती है बच्चे? सेंट्रल सीरस रेटिनोपैथी में which layer is affected? Anyone? Where is the fluid collection? Where is the fluid collection? Dr. Shilpa, see this bache. So Hollenhorst plaque is what? It is a cholesterol emboli. है ना? मैं बता रही हूँ that CRAO is because of occlusion of central retinal artery, है ना? Which is just behind your lamina cribrosa or just at lamina cribrosa. ठीक है? So here in this picture you see a yellowish plaque which is at the branching of the vessel. आप देख रहे हैं? है ना? At the branching of the vessel, this is a yellowish color thing. This is characteristically a cholesterol emboli. Okay? Clear? Yes, Dr. Rohit. So there is a pump failure and the fluid gets collected within what? Within your subretinal layer. है ना? Subretinal layer. In between your neurosensory retina and your RPE. In between that you have a subretinal layer. So that fluid get collected in that subretinal space. Right? Now, you may have two type of FFA pictures. There's an ink blot pattern or there is umbrella pattern. Umbrella pattern is a very specific pattern. Okay? So you should take a proper history from the patient, history of smoking, steroid usage, a type A personality, गुस्से वाला anxious बंदा या परेशान बंदा हमारे जैसा है ना, हमें भी हो सकता है ना, we are all very stressed these days. So kindly see that you leave all your stress and do your work properly without any kind of tensions. Smokers be, yes. So something, because we have a lot of chloroquine usage these days, not now, but last year chloroquine was used very widely. So bullseye maculopathy is seen in patients who have a chronic usage of chloroquine or hydroxychloroquine, and you have a hyperpigmented lesion right there at the macula. Then there is a light colored zone, again a hyperpigmented area. So this is a kind of a bullseye pattern right there at the macula. Please remember this picture and the hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine, these drugs as side effects. Okay. Now, something as an X-ray picture, read this question well. There has been a young patient who has a history of blunt trauma with a cricket ball. Now, trauma with a cricket ball, and you saw that the eye has gone inside. This is sunken eye. Okay, so what can be the X-ray finding here? What is this, guys? This is a typical teardrop sign. देख रहे हो आप लोग? Teardrop sign can be there when you have a blowout fracture. So I'm quickly revising blowout fracture. Blowout fracture is a fracture of the lower orbital rim, lower orbital wall, okay, or the floor of the orbit. Patient presents with a diplopia, which is a up gaze or a down gaze diplopia, both. You have a double diplopia here. Later on, you may have enophthalmos also. Later, not as early present. अंदर जाती है, ठीक है? क्यों अंदर जाती है? Because the soft tissues of the orbit goes within the maxillary sinus area through this defect. यहाँ पे फ्रैक्चर हुआ है ना, तो ऑर्बिट के सॉफ्ट टिश्यूज नीचे मैक्सिलरी एंट्रम में चले जाते हैं, ठीक है? सो इट अपीयर्स दैट देयर इज अ टीयर ड्रॉप साइन ऑन एक्सिस. You also have loss of sensation of this area of the face because of infraorbital nerve. ठीक है? तो प्लीज याद रखना, enophthalmos is a late sign, not a early sign. Now you should also be able to identify proptosis is protrusion of the eyeball. So guys, what is the most common cause of proptosis? The most common cause of proptosis, anyone? No, not tumor, bache. It is always thyroid. Okay, Dr. IE10, it is always thyroid. Okay, now let's read this question and I want answers from everyone. ये सबको आना ही चाहिए. So there's an elderly female who was admitted with serious COVID since 7 days. She developed a painful ophthalmoplegia as shown in the figure. When you did the biopsy, a broad aseptate fungal hyphae with sporangium was seen. So what can be the most appropriate diagnosis, guys? What is your go? What is your take here? Yes, everyone, very good. So this is not anything else but orbital mucormycosis. Okay? I'll show you a few more presentations because this can be a very important, very important question. Okay? अब होता क्या है बच्चे? Please see. Mucormycosis, which is also called as zygomycosis, you should know it's a very opportunistic infection. You know, this mucor, it may be there in the soil. It's a ubiquitous thing, it's everywhere. But generally, the spores are not causing any problem to us because we have a good phagocytic mechanism. Because we are not immunocompromised. We have a lot of good immunity. But when our immunity goes down, especially where we have used a lot of steroids, where we have uncontrolled diabetes, we are elderly, or we have had a serious COVID infection. So what happens? here the T cell mechanism, it gets deranged, so phagocytosis is hampered. So at that time, we get this infection. And now generally it starts where? It's not only that you have nose or eye involvement, maybe there in other parts of the body as well, but most commonly you see this in your nose and parasinus area. Yeah? यहाँ पे क्या पिक्चर दिखाई दे रही है आपको? What is this, guys? This is a typical Lesch scar, है ना? So यहाँ से पैरानेजल साइनस में गया, यहाँ से फिर आपके आईज में गया, आई से ऑर्बिटल एपेक्स में गया, फ्रॉम द एपेक्स इट कैन गो टू ब्रेन एंड द पेशेंट कैन डाई itself. ठीक है? So please remember, it's a very difficult disease to be treated. Now, please see that you can have patient with a clinical question, but you can have a picture question also. So you will find that in eye, there may be a ptosis and there may be a proptosis simultaneously. आँख बाहर आ रही है और साथ में drooping भी हो रहा है. Don't get confused. Okay, you may have both the things simultaneously. What else can be seen? There may be a lack of movement of the eye, of thalmoplagia. Movement chala gaya hai, and the pupil is also dilated. Vision is gone. It's a very painful thing. Okay, so how do you treat that? The treatment is first you have to diagnose. And what type of scraping would you take? कहाँ से लेते हैं जनरली हम स्क्रेपिंग? हाँ जी, कहाँ से लेते हैं स्क्रेपिंग? स्क्रेपिंग कहाँ से लेते हैं जनरली? You generally take from the paranasal sinuses. Yes or no, friends? Scraping करेंगे और उसको हम grow करेंगे, है ना? You can do a KOH mount. You can. अच्छा, my voice is not clear. Yes, from the PNS itself. Yes, so you do a scraping from the paranasal sinuses and then do a KOH mount, and then your ST agar पे आप उसको grow कर सकते हो, right? You may see a fulminant growth, right, which is initially white in color and quickly it turns grayish black. Very, very quickly it can turn. And when you do your HNE, eosinophilic staining, you will find the aseptate from hyphae which are branching at right angles. So this is very, very important diagnostic things. Okay, you may have a problem-based question where all the things are given to you in a pictorial form. Now, guys, rhino-orbitocerebral mucormycosis is being treated in this following guidelines. Whatever is important for you, I'm just telling that. No need to learn everything. It's practically impossible. So, friends, if we think that the thing is limited to your paranasal sinuses or a very early eye involvement, very early, then you think that eye vision is salvageable. अगर आपको लगता है आप आंख को बचा सकते हो तो क्या करेंगे? You can give retrobulbar amphotericin B. Also, you must give at very doubt of ours, OCM, you should give a liposomal amphotericin B quickly. Okay? You can also give posaconazole also. You can also give isavuconazole. Okay? ये सारे drugs हैं. You should know all these drugs well. What is the dose? What should be the time period? You should know everything well. Now, but if you think that the globe, the vision is non-salvageable, this is a fulminant inflammation like in this case, the vision is non-salvageable, the eye is not salvageable. So what is my aim? I want to save the life of my patient. So what enucleation नहीं करते इसमें, हम क्या करते हैं? हम exenteration करते हैं. What do? We do a very devastating surgery, a very radical surgery where not only we take out the globe, but also eyelid, also the orbital bones, because it's a rapidly spreading infection. So हमें आजू बाजू का सारा एरिया काटना पड़ता है. Some kind of orbital bones, periosteum, सब कुछ हमें काटना पड़ता है. ठीक है? Extensive debridement will be done apart from enucleation. All right? So somebody asked me about enucleation. I would say not enucleation. Enucleation will not be sufficient. We will do exenteration. Okay? Very good, Dr. IE10. This is what we do. Is it clear to everyone? So ये सब चीजें आनी ही चाहिए. By the way, what is the most common ocular manifestation of COVID? हाँ जी. Guys, what is the most common ocular manifestation of COVID? Anyone? Most common ocular manifestation of COVID, batao. Redness. Yes, Dr. Aarti is absolutely right. It is a type of conjunctivitis. Which conjunctivitis, bache? Which conjunctivitis? So it is, no, not angular beta, acute bilateral follicular conjunctivitis. Okay? So that is the one which is the most common manifestation. Please remember if you do not know. Okay? Acute bilateral follicular conjunctivitis. Now, not only this, you can also see pseudomembranous, membranous, you can also see keratoconjunctivitis. So all type of conjunctivitis would be seen by this COVID, but the most common will be bilateral acute follicular conjunctivitis. Okay. Now, apart from that, you can have eyelid manifestation. You can have telangiectatic vessels on the eyelid margin. You can also have a lot of dryness. Okay. इन रेटिना में क्या देखने मिल सकता है बताओ बच्चे व्हाट कैन यू सी इन रेटिना इन कोविड हाँ जी एनी प्रॉब्लम इन रेटिना इन कोविड एनीथिंग व्हिच यू हैव हर्ड so vascular occlusions CRVO CRAO mixed occlusions retinal necrosis can be there okay please remember these are the manifestations in retina in cases of the patient can present to us with necrosis of retina, sudden blindness because of CRAO or CRV. Okay? ये सब कुछ पता होना चाहिए बच्चे. ठीक है? चल. Now let's come back to the cases of thyroid where we have patients. ये कौन सा sign है? Anybody? Can you name the sign? What is the sign? Anyone? So this sign is your Dalrymple sign. ठीक है ना? Dalrymple sign is retraction of the lid where the lid is widely open and you have a lot of scleral show. All right. Apart from that, you have a Von Graffi sign where there is a lid lag when the patient looks down. ठीक है? Normally हम देखते हैं नीचे तो lid भी follow करता है, but thyroid में क्या होता है? ये lid ऊपर रह जाता है. This is called as lid lag. Von Graffi sign. Now guys, in thyroid, there are so many other signs also. Two picture questions which we have discussed, Dalrymple's and Von Graffi's. These are the rest of the signs and I want all of you should learn at least Mobius sign and Stelmach sign. ठीक है? ये सब तो पता ही होने चाहिए सबको. Okay? So these are all the signs, but not every sign is required for your level. Later on, you can learn everything. Now this is a picture question where you see a Coke bottle appearance or a Coke bottle sign because in thyroid, you have enlargement of the muscle belly. Your tendon is always paired. Okay, na? There is inflammation, there is enlargement of the muscle, mostly in the belly part. Your tendinous insertions are spared. That is why you have this typical Coke bottle appearance. All right, friends? चलो हाँ जी ये क्या है कैन यू आंसर मी व्हाट इज द स्पॉट डायग्नोसिस हियर डर्मेटोलॉजी में भी पढ़ा होगा आपने स्पॉट डायग्नोसिस amphotericin B so amphotericin B has to be given Dr. Silpa okay I told you ना मार्क किया था ना मैंने amphotericin B Dr. Silpa anyone what is this guys So this is a typical picture of a capillary hemangioma. This is the most common eye tumor in children. Though it's a benign tumor, most of the time it gets treated on its own. It disappears on its own. But sometimes when it is large enough, you can do a intralesional steroid injection. Okay? Usually it goes on its own. All right. So please remember this is a capillary hemangioma. Now, question number important one. देखिए इसको question को पढ़ेंगे. So this is a middle-aged female who came to you with a painful proptosis with the diplopia and her red eye. Now, when you saw the patient CT, you found that there is a thickening of the muscle, but your tendons are spared. So guys, if tendons are spared, what is the diagnosis? What is the most common cause of proptosis, especially in ladies, middle-aged ladies? It is thyroid. Okay? So Though there is no history of thyroid, but definitely mandatory thing is get thyroid function test first. ठीक है? बहुत बहुत important question है guys. Now something about another cause of proptosis. There's a young child who had a history of dental extraction. दांत निकाला और उसके बाद उसको unilateral proptosis हो गया. And you also observe a bilateral sixth nerve palsy. So now what is the most common diagnosis? We are talking about children, guys, or vital cellulitis are pretty common here, pretty common. है ना? Or vital cellulitis is the most common cause of proptosis in children. But when you have a bilateral sixth nerve palsy, the thing goes more in favor of a bilateral cavernous sinus thrombosis, isn't it? Am I right? It goes more in favor of cavernous sinus thrombosis. ठीक है बच्चे? चलो. Now you should know how ptosis looks like. Ptosis is drooping of upper eyelid. So right upper eyelid is drooped, isn't it? He's not able to open the eye completely. This is a drooping of upper eyelid. Now this is one question which again I'm expecting this year, expected question this year. What do you have here? You have an abnormal white pupillary reflex which we call as leukocoria. Okay? So what is the most common cause of leukocoria, guys? There may be a tumor in the eye or there may be congenital cataract. Congenital cataract also gives rise to leukocoria. Okay? देख रहे हो आप, this is an abnormal white pupillary reflex. So this is also your leukocoria, right? So guys, something about retinoblastoma, you should be through with this tumor because it's the most common intraocular tumor in children. You should know how does it presents, how to diagnose the tumor, what type of rosettes are seen. You can have a big clinical question on retinoblastoma. Okay? बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. रेटिनोब्लास्टोमा की सारी पिक्चर्स आनी चाहिए, प्रेजेंटेशन आनी चाहिए, राइट? चलो guys, now something about your squint. So this is the first important picture question which I want you to learn. This is how a patient of nerve palsy present. The third nerve palsy, the eye has typical ptosis, and there's a drooping of upper eyelid, and you have a out and down eye. Can you see? आउट एंड डाउन आई. आंख थोड़ी नीचे जा रही है और आंख बाहर जा रही है. ठीक है? आंख थोड़ी नीचे जा रही है और आंख थोड़ी बाहर जा रही है, राइट? सो दिस इज बिकॉज यू हैव पैरालिसिस ऑफ your medial rectus muscle. That's why it cannot go in. You have paralysis of the elevators. That's why the eye is gone down. Okay? Now, how to answer this question? Which paralysis is this? Anyone? Write down in the chat box. ये क्या है? Diagnosis of this condition. Anyone? What is the diagnosis of this condition, guys? Sixth nerve palsy, Dr. Rajan. Which sixth nerve? Which side? This is a squint. Which side? Yes, Dr. Rajan, which type of squint is this? It is a sixth nerve palsy. Which side? Right or left? That is my question. Yes, now you've come to the answer. So guys, here I'm talking about left-sided sixth nerve palsy. Okay? Dr. Silpa, no beta, it's not a exotropia. Please see everyone. Now I'm explaining to you. So this is your primary gaze. And when in primary gaze, you see carefully, there is a mild esotropia rather. है ना? आँख थोड़ी सी अंदर जा रही, esotropia. Now when the patient is looking on the right side, when there is a right gaze seems to be okay. Absolutely okay. Now, when you see the patient is moving his eye on the left side, what is happening? The left movement is not possible. देख रहे हो? So, कहाँ problem है? Left-sided LR is gone. Left-sided LR is gone. Is that okay to all of you now? This is how you have to diagnose. This is not exotropia at all. ठीक है बच्चे? Now see this question again. All of you try to answer this question. This is again a 6 nerve palsy question. Try to answer all of you. Try to answer all of you. Dr. Silpa, देखो बच्चे दोबारा से देखो. So there is a 50-year-old male who came to you with severe headache since 2 days. This is how the patient presents to you. High intracranial tension, headache, or maybe a diplopia. Okay? So there's a history of diplopia looking on the right side. If the patient is not able to look on the right side, what should be his problem? So there is the problem. This time we are talking about right 6 nerve palsy. Is that clear? The patient is not able to move the eye, the right eye on the right side. So this movement is gone. Okay? Now what is true about the condition? As an adaptation, the patient's face turn will be on the right side. ठीक है? अगर मैं यहाँ नहीं देख पा रही हूँ, so I'll turn my face on the same side to avoid diplopia. Okay? Is it clear to everyone now? ये अगर नहीं पता है तो प्लीज इसको ढंग से पढ़ने हैं. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड these two things. The third nerve palsy presentations, the sixth nerve palsy presentation, you must read. All right, guys. Now here, you know something about paralytic squint. Can you answer what is not a feature? What is not a feature of paralytic squint? So diplopia will be seen in cases of paralytic squint. Limited movement of eyeball will be seen, change of posture, but decreased visual acuity will never be a feature. Patient will have a good vision rather. They may come to you with diplopia, but never a decrease in vision. Okay. Now, important, very important picture question on papilledema. Here you see the disc is grossly enlarged. You are not able to see any cup. Cup is gone. है ना, कप भी नहीं दिख रहा है, कप चला गया है, margins are not visible, and you have a lot of dilated tortuous vein. So please identify how papilledema looks like. ठीक है? You may have questions on papilledema, clinical questions. This is how optic atrophy looks like: pale disc, no cup, no redness, and such questions may also be there. Try to answer. देखिए, if you identify this patient has papilledema, what can be seen except? Anji. So in papilledema, what is not seen? This is the definite angry sun appearance. Yes, Dr. Rohit. Very nice. So RAPD is not seen. That is how patient presents with headache. You always have a normal vision when you have acute cases. Enlarged blind spot will also be there, but the RAPD will not be there. Pupils will remain normal. Enlarged blind spot क्या होता है बच्चे? Blind spot is your physiological blind spot in your visual field. अगर ये visual field है तो यहाँ पे एक black color का area होता है which is always a blind spot. It corresponds to your optic disc. In papilledema, you have gross enlargement of the disc, so your blind spot will also be enlarged. Is that okay? Is that clear? So enlarged blind spot will be seen in papilledema, right? चलो, हाँ जी, कौन सा instrument है ये? क्या है ये? What is the name? Can anybody tell me? So this is your Paley-Robson's chart. This is used to check the color contrast. Okay, please remember, please understand, this is not your Snellen's chart. This is your Paley-Robson's chart to see for your color, we see for your color contrast. Okay, now try to answer this question. This is also an expected question this year. You have a painful loss of vision. You also have a loss of light reflex. Your pupillary reflex is gone. So your vision is gone. Your pupils are gone. What do you think is the nerve involved? You have optic nerve involvement. ठीक है? Optic nerve involvement इसमें से किस परेशानी में है? Retrobulbar neuritis. Okay, so that is how you have to answer such questions. All right, retrobulbar neuritis. Now, one question, a very important question on pupil, guys. What is true about this image? Now, which test I'm talking about here? This test is your swinging flashlight test. Swinging flashlight test में हम क्या करते हैं? I'll just swing on the torch light here, this side. So यहाँ पे मैं क्या कर रही हूँ बच्चे? देखिए, the first picture appears to be normal, nothing as a problem. When I show a torch of light here, this is also normal, है ना? यहाँ पे दोनों pupil constrict कर रहे हैं, so it seems to be normal. Now, when I quickly shift the torch from the right to the left side, what do you see? There is a dilatation of the pupil to the same size as it was earlier. So which side is affected? You have a problem at the left side. So this is suggestive of left optic nerve problem. Yes or no? Ideally, your pupil should remain constricted when your torch is shifted to either side. All right. So this is definitely not the normal pupillary reactions. It is a problem of the left optic nerve. So you can suspect a optic neuritis of the left side. Am I clear? ये question समझ में आ रहा है? Please tell me, are you able to understand? So such type of picture questions can also be there. They can ask you questions related to RAPD itself. Clear? चलिए बच्चे, ये देखिए. So this is an old question. There is a 35-year-old prostitute who came to your OPD with some neurological abnormality. Her vision is normal, but you noticed a problem in her pupil. So prostitute से क्या समझ में आता है? कौन सा pupil होगा? Which pupil is your prostitute's pupil? It will be your Argyll-Robertson pupil. So what special thing you have in ARP? You have accommodation reflex present, but the light reflex is absent. Okay, so this is your correct answer. In Argyll-Robertson pupil, accommodation reflex is present, but light reflex is lost. Okay, so that is the correlation you should be able to tell. All right, guys. Now something quickly about uveitis. I will just show you. So here, guys, you have keratic precipitates as in case of acute uveitis where they are in a triangular fashion. What is the name of the triangle? This is called as arch triangle. That is how your mutton fat KPs are seen. How do I identify? Another clue is that there is an irregular small pupil, right? Now, guys, that is how your keratic precipitates will appear when you have a slit lamp picture. ये जो स्लिट दिखाई दे रही है ये कॉर्निया की है और यहाँ पे आपको मटन फैट केराटिक प्रेसिपिटेट्स मिल रहे हैं. This is an old question, came into your exam as a festooned pupil, irregular dilated pupil in cases of uveitis. Okay. Another picture where you have keratic precipitates as small dots. Now, which nodules are this? Can anybody identify which type of nodules are this? Anybody? Anyone? So these are your typical Lisch nodules which are seen in cases of neurofibromatosis. ठीक है, छोटे-छोटे दिख रहे हैं. Don't get confused. These are your nodules of uveitis. No, these are from neurofibromatosis. Correct, guys? Right? Now ये भी picture आपने skin में देखा होगा. This is your Kaposi sarcoma, very commonly seen lid tumor in cases of immunocompromised people, especially HIV people. You have a black colored area. It may be seen in the conjunctival side also, or it may be seen in the lid area also. ठीक है, Kaposi sarcoma पढ़ना. Now guys, this is a very important picture question suggestive of a patient who has a pathological or a high myopia. So what do you have here? You have a typical tigroid appearance. क्या कहते हैं इसको? Tigroid appearance of the retina where you have tiger-like skin. कहीं yellow है, कहीं white है, कहीं blackish area है, pigmented area है. And this typical hemorrhage which is seen at the level of fovea is called as Foster-Fuchs spots. ठीक है? Pathological myopia पे सब आना चाहिए. Try to answer this question as well. So what is true about degenerative myopia? Anyone? What is true about degenerative myopia? Anyone? Degenerative myopia is same as pathological myopia. When you have this type of degeneration, you have a rhegmatogenous retinal detachment, not TRD. Your refractive error is more than -6, not less, but more than -6. Short silk retina is actually seen in hypermetropia, not myopia. This is important and this is a correct statement. So you see lattice type of degenerations in degenerative myopia. All right. Yes, absolutely, Dr. Shruti, you are right. चलो ये भी बताओ, इस तरीके के क्वेश्चंस भी आ सकते हैं guys. So which type of refractive error is this? Which refractive error is this? Anyone? First of all, is this a simple myopia, simple or a compound thing? Or it is an astigmatism? What do you think it is? Yeah, so this is absolutely a compound hypermetropic astigmatism. Guys, ये तो बहुत important है. अगर ये नहीं आता है तो इसको समझ लो. First of all, if you have two meridians focusing at or behind or in front of retina, that means it is astigmatism. ठीक है? इस पिक्चर में भी क्या है, दो है ना, आप देख रहे हो दो पॉइंट ऑफ फोकस है. वन पॉइंट इज हियर, वन पॉइंट इज देयर. So you have 2 points of focus. So that means this is absolutely not simple hypermetropia or myopia. पहली बात, ठीक है, ये astigmatism है. अब दोनों पीछे जा रही है तो ये compound hypermetropic astigmatism है, like this. If you have a simple hypermetropic astigmatism, one should be focusing at retina, one beyond. Am I clear? Am I clear, friends? Please let me know if this picture is clear to you. सबको समझ में आता है? ये पूछ सकते हैं बच्चे कि ये क्या है. ठीक है, it's very simple. Try, because last year you had a question from your Sturm's conoid. So this type of astigmatism questions can be there in your exam. Okay, चलो ये बता दो मुझे, if there's a young myo who comes to you with floaters and flashes, which examination would you do? क्या करोगे, क्या सजेस्ट कर रहा है? मायोपिया में फ्लोटर्स फ्लैशेस आ रहे हैं, दैट मींस ही हैज डेवलप्ड अ टियर. He may have a RD also. He may have a retinal detachment also. For which examination would you like to do? Guys, no, you must do a indirect ophthalmoscopy. Why? Because I want to look on the tear. मुझे टीयर देखना है. और टीयर कहाँ होते हैं? Usually they are in the periphery, mid periphery or in the periphery, not in the center. So distant direct ophthalmoscope थोड़ा ना करूंगी डॉक्टर कुलदीप. मैं क्या करूंगी? मैं indirect ophthalmoscopy करूंगी. I would do an indirect ophthalmoscopy and I would see the whole of the retina. So this is a picture of my indirect ophthalmoscope. Okay, that is how I do indirect ophthalmoscopy, looking through a lens. Okay. In indirect ophthalmoscope, I see the center as well as the periphery also. Please remember all the differences between a direct and indirect ophthalmoscope. This is also a very, very important area. All right. Now, this is how we do a retinoscopy at distance of 1 meter or an arm. ठीक है? इसको मत बोल देना कि ophthalmoscopy है. No. Retinoscopy is to check the refractive status of a patient. This is done generally at 1 meter or at arm distance. Is that clear to you? This is how a pinhole looks like. This is an appliance. Now I'll be showing you some quick surgeries and appliances. This is a pinhole. This is a picture of a stenopic slit. You have a small slit. कौन से टेस्ट में करते हैं? Fincham test में. कौन से टेस्ट में करते हैं? Fincham test. ठीक है? Which slide? Retinoscopy. So this is your pinhole. This is your stenopic slit where we use this in Fincham test. Okay. And this is a picture of the Maddox rod. Maddox rod test करते हैं ना, उसके लिए होता है. For this is to check for binocular vision, binocularity. Maddox rod test. This is a picture of a A scan. कहाँ करते हैं? Where do we use the A scan? Ultrasound. Anybody? Where do you use A scan? Very good, Dr. Galaxy. Absolutely right. You use A scan to check for axial length in IOL calculation or otherwise also. If you want to just check the axial length of the patient, that will be done with the help of A scan. Okay, this one do you want? All right. Now, what are we doing here? ये क्या कर रहे हैं हम? So here we are doing a keratometry. ठीक है, there we are doing a keratometry where we will be checking the curvature of the cornea. All right, curvature of the cornea. This is how you need not to know the details, but that is it, that we are correcting the Myers on the cornea. So that is how we do a keratometry. Now you should know that this instrument is the pachymeter. What is pachymeter? This is to check the thickness of the cornea. Pachymeter, corneal pachymeter. All right, friends. Now see some pictures on trauma, quick pictures. This is called as your panda or raccoon eye, where you have ecchymosis on the eyelid, most commonly seen when you have anterior cranial fossa fracture. This is a picture of iridodialysis where you have a D-shaped pupil. कहाँ मिलता है ये? कहाँ मिलता है? When you have patients of blunt trauma. ठीक है, blunt trauma, the D-shaped, characteristic D-shaped pupil, and that is how your hyphema looks like. What is hyphema? A blood in the anterior chamber. Can you see a lot of blood is there in the blood in the anterior chamber? And this is how your Vossius ring looks like. Okay, this is how your Vossius ring looks like. Now, guys, I'll be showing you few pictures about some surgeries or some procedures in ophthalmology. Can anybody answer? Which procedure is shown in this picture? क्या procedure कर रहे हैं हम? Anyone? Which procedure? So this procedure is called as probing. This is not syringing. हाँ, यही मैं बता रही हूँ डॉक्टर गैलेक्सी. Syringing में पानी दिखेगा, syringe दिखेगी. So we don't have a पानी or syringe here. So syringing is not the thing. This is called as probing. Okay. In syringing, you will see a syringe with some saline or some ringer lactate in it. ठीक है? ये क्या है? What are these two instruments? So the first instrument is called as keratome. This is a keratome. This is to give the incision in the cornea for phaco. This is your first one. What is the second one? This is called as your crescent knife. This crescent knife is to make a tunnel in small incision cataract surgery. All of you please see. So this is how you do a small incision cataract surgery where you create a tunnel with the help of the crescent. Is it clear? This is your keratome. This is your crescent. Now, which instrument is this? Can anybody tell me what is this instrument? Anyone? What is this retractor? Decimars. This is Decimars lid retractor. Okay, very good. This is Decimars lid retractor. That's not how Calazion clamps look like. See this, bache? This is how your Calazion clamps. Okay, somebody said Calazion clamp. This is the instrument which is used for incision and curata. This is called as Calazion clamp. Okay. यूज करते हैं ये जो fenestrated end है, this comes on the conjunctival side. The fenestrated end, this is on the conjunctival side. Okay, now this is a picture of pars plana vitrectomy, the 3-port pars plana vitrectomy, and that is injections. Which type of injections are there? The intravitreal injections. The intravitreal, that's how you give. Yeah, IV में intravitreal injections. ठीक है? This is a picture of the globe. You have certainly taken out the whole of the globe. And this is your optic nerve end. And this is how you do a evisceration. What is being done in evisceration? You have scooped out all the contents. But the sclera is not removed, the optic nerve is also not removed, and the muscles are also not removed. So A is not the correct answer, bache. D is the correct answer. Okay, Dr. I. Rajan, the structures which are not removed in surgery is not only A. All 3 of them are not removed. Is that clear? Am I clear? So this was it. Good luck.